So the Oscar nominations for 2020 just dropped. And if you're a fan of Joker, well, you'll be happy to know he pretty much cleaned up all of the nominations. There's no way that movie's not walking out of the Oscars with at least a couple of awards. But what I noticed, which is I'm sure to bring up a lot of screeching and a lot of reeing, there's a lot of toxic males, a lot of toxic masculinity that won that won the Oscars, and I find that absolutely hilarious. So I'm going to go through the nominations, but I was happy to see Joker really just kind of dominate, and some surprises. Ford versus Ferrari is really in there. The Irishmen, which I'm not really too shocked on. Ford versus Ferrari, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Some good movies in there. A much better year compared to some previous years where they give it to like all these weird movies I've never heard of. So Joker is kind of the king of all this, and I think that's great considering all of the stuff that people were shooting off on that movie for the past couple of months. All of the screeching about that movie. And he just keeps laughing all the way to the bank. Laughing all the way to the bank. And it's fitting. The movie ended up making $1 billion on a very low budget. Won a bunch of Golden Globes and a couple of other awards, I believe. And now it's probably going to win some of the biggest awards possible. So let's go ahead and go through this toxic list. I don't know anything about the short film stuff, documentaries, visual effects. Didn't give it to Joker, but Rise of Skywalker got that one. Irishmen, Avengers Endgame, Lion King, 1917. I'm sure 1917 will probably win that award. Sound mixing, though, Joker's in that one. Sound editing, Joker. Production design, you got Irishmen, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood got a ton of nominations, by the way. Almost as many, well, not quite as many as Joker, but they put it in some really big categories, which you'll see in a second. Original score, Rise of Skywalker. Surprised to see that in there. That's probably John Williams' weakest out of all of them. Joker's in there, though, as well as Little Women. Oh, that one. And Marriage Story. And then makeup and hairstyling went to Joker again. Film editing, you got a strong lineup there. Ford versus Ferrari, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. I don't know about Jojo Rabbit and Parasite, but Ford versus Ferrari has to win film editing, I think. Best costume design goes to Joker, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, good Lord, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Joker should get that one, especially considering the time period that it's in. Best cinematography, Joker's in there again. Best documentary, I don't know any of the films in that category. International feature film, animated feature. Best original screenplay, that should go, well, you know who's going to probably win that one? Everyone's favorite pet gerbil, Rian Johnson, nominated for his screenplay for Knives Out. You know they're going to give it to that gerbil. He wins. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. He's got it because he's Hollywood's favorite pet, and I'm sure old KK pulling some strings. I'm kidding, but you know he's going to get it. So we go up some more. Supporting actress. Now what's funny is Scarlett Johansson is nominated for Best Supporting Actress and Lead Actress. So that's kind of interesting. She's probably going to win one of them. Supporting actor, this was pretty interesting because Al Pacino and Joe Pesci are both nominated. You could probably write a good gangster movie about that. And then there's Best Actress. You see Scarlett Johansson she's nominated again. That's pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that. So here's the big ones that we were all wondering about because everybody was wondering. Joaquin Phoenix for Joker Best Actor. And I want to say I'm not surprised to see Joaquin Phoenix there. But here's the thing. I mean, we heard rumors about them snubbing this movie because of all the NPCs whining and crying about it every day. We heard that they were going to snub it. That was a rumor going around. And it's nice to see that that's largely been ignored and forgotten. And he's in there, as he should be. As he should be. If anyone's seen his performance in that movie, it's fantastic. Then you have Antonio Banderas, Leonardo DiCaprio, who won't win, and Adam Driver, and Jonathan Pryce. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't see them giving him that. They gave him one for The Revenant, I think. That's the name of the movie. A couple years ago, it was his first one. He finally got one. But it's not a hidden secret that they don't ever give it to him because he doesn't really drastically change himself. I'm willing to bet Joaquin Phoenix will win this award because he dramatically changed his body, losing all of that weight for the film. And the history when it comes to actors and actresses that win these awards, they like it when you do that to yourself, when you alter yourself. It's kind of weird, but they like it. That's like dedication for the role. That's what gets it. I think of Matthew McConaughey. I think he won a Best Actor for Dallas Buyers Club, and he got really skinny for that, like almost sickly skinny, kind of like Joaquin Phoenix did. And that's the stuff they look for. So I'm gonna call it. I guarantee you, he wins that award. Just given their history, the way they've awarded that Best Actor, Best Actress award, people that drastically change themselves for roles always win. Nobody else in that lineup, and I don't know anything about Two Popes, and I didn't see Pain and Glory. So unless Antonio Banderas got extremely big for that role, I don't see him winning. I'm saying Joker's going to get Best Actor. Best Director, that'd be crazy if that happens, because Todd Phillips was calling out woke culture. Don't forget that. So if they gave Best Director to Todd Phillips, that would also be sweet icing on the cake. Quentin Tarantino, I'd also be happy with. Martin Scorsese's won it so many times, but they love him. So this is a tough one. Best Director, you got Martin Scorsese, Todd Phillips, Sam Mendes, Quentin Tarantino, Bong Joon-ho. I don't know who that is. Watch him give it to that guy for political correctness. And then Best Picture. Now, this is a nice list. Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, never heard of that. Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. Now, it would be interesting to see a Netflix movie win Best Picture. Marriage Story is a Netflix movie, so that would be really interesting. I hope Joker gets it. That's my personal wish to see, but you know how they are. They're going to give it to, I guarantee you they'll probably give it to Little Women. Would give the 30th remake of Little Women the Oscar for Best Picture. I mean, get out of here. Oh, yeah, Irishmen, also Netflix. So, Marriage Story and Netflix, 2 Netflix movies for Best Picture. That's insane. That's a whole new kind of ball game because these movies only had limited runs. Literally, Irishmen and Marriage Story were in theaters for a week. And I think it was in one theater. And that's only so that they could qualify to get into the Oscars. That's it. Other than that, those are only on Netflix. That's a new world to see all these Netflix movies nominated for stuff. But Little Women is going to win Oscars. I guarantee you it will. I just find that hilarious because, it's a remake of a remake of a remake. There's so many versions of that. You know why it's in there. It's not in there on merit either. It's not in there for being original or anything. It's there because it's a bunch of ladies. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. It was also really funny. I watched they streamed the nominations, and it was I forget his name, but he was in Harold and Kumar, and then some lady I've never heard of her. I don't even know what she's in, but the best directors, if you notice, they're all dudes, and she goes, "Congratulations to those men," kind of snobby, where's the woman in there? Well, maybe she should direct something that makes it in there. But you know how it is with the NPC crowd. Everything needs to be handed to you based on characteristics. It's a joke. So this is going to be funny because this is going to make good content for the channel for sure. I guarantee you, you're going to see all the woke journalists cry out and complain about all the toxic dudes and the dude-oriented movies on here. And they're going to come out and say, oh, Oscar's too white, all that garbage. But for now, this is a happy video. Like to see all these good movies in there. Joker, very happy that that thing dominated every category just about that it could get into. Really happy to see that. One of my favorite movies of the year. Also a really big fan of Ford versus Ferrari and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I'm glad to see those in there. But I want Joker to just take everything that it can. Will it? Probably not. It'll at least take 2 or 3. It has to. It's nominated for too many different flicks. So that's it. Toxic masculinity rules the Oscars. Rules the 2020 Oscars. Joker's just going to take home even more money. And yeah, great day. So anyway, that is pretty much it. Like and subscribe. Make sure you leave comments and likes. Let me know what you'd like to see in there. Who do you want to win in that category? Let me know. Do you think Joker should take it all? Who do you think should win? Best actor, best actress? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. Also, make sure you share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.